The night was loud, but his life was quiet. No applause, no safety net, no backup plan. Just a man with empty pockets, tired eyes, and a dream that refused to die. He wasn't born into money. He wasn't chosen. He wasn't lucky. He had nothing. No savings, no connections, no guarantee that tomorrow would be better than today. And somehow, America made him rich. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a highlight reel built from perfect moments and easy wins. This is a story about hunger, about pressure, about standing at the edge of failure so many times that fear eventually stopped working. If you've ever felt invisible in a crowded room, if you've ever felt behind while everyone else seems ahead, if you've ever wondered whether success is reserved for people who started earlier, smarter, richer, stay, because this story could have been yours. America is not just a country, it's a mindset. It's the idea that you can arrive with nothing but leave with everything. If you're willing to pay a price most people refuse to pay. Freedom is the first thing you feel here, not comfort, not safety. Freedom, the freedom to try, the freedom to fail, the freedom to rebuild without asking permission. The streets feel louder, the pace feels faster, the dreams feel heavier. Here, no one asks who your father was. No one asks where you came from. No one asks what you owned yesterday. They ask one thing: what can you do today? Money moves differently here. Opportunity moves quickly and disappears just as fast. Comfort and luxury are not hidden ideas. They're visible everywhere you look. Tall buildings stretching into the sky. Cars that cost more than some people's entire lives. Homes that look like proof that success is real. For someone who grew up with very little, it feels overwhelming, it's inspiring, and it's painful. Because America whispers something dangerous to you. It says, you could have this, not in another lifetime, not if you're special, but if you're willing. That dream hits harder when you're broke, because suddenly, poverty doesn't feel permanent anymore. It feels temporary, but dreams are expensive. And reality does not care what you believe. He slept in small rooms, sometimes shared with strangers, sometimes alone, always uncomfortable. He worked jobs people don't brag about, jobs that drain your body and ignore your potential. Long hours, low pay, no respect. He smiled when customers talked down to him. He stayed quiet when supervisors underestimated him. He failed more times than he could count. Applications ignored, interviews that went nowhere, ideas that collapsed before they could stand, bills that showed up no matter how hard he worked. Some days he had just enough money to eat. Some days he didn't. This is the part nobody posts. The loneliness of starting over in a place where no one knows your name. The embarrassment of checking your bank balance in public and hoping no one notices your face change. The quiet shame of watching time pass while your life feels frozen. There were nights he questioned everything. Why him? Why here? Why keep going when nothing seems to change? America doesn't hand you success. It challenges you to prove how badly you want it. Every rejection is a test. Every struggle is a filter. And most people quit here, not because they aren't capable, but because the pressure reveals who they really are. He watched others give up, people who arrived with the same dreams, the same hunger, the same fire. They went home, they settled, they convinced themselves that this level was enough. He stayed, not because he was fearless, but because fear became familiar. When you live with uncertainty long enough, it stops controlling you. Risk stopped being terrifying when staying broke felt worse. Then came the moment, not loud, not dramatic, not cinematic, just clear. He realized something that shifted everything. Nobody was coming to save him. No mentor was magically appearing. No opportunity was going to knock politely and wait. If he wanted more, he would have to become more. He stopped asking for permission, stopped waiting for validation, stopped trying to look successful, and started trying to become effective. He invested time when he had no money, He studied when others relaxed. He worked when others complained. Late nights, early mornings, repetition. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't fast. But momentum began to build. Small wins stacked on top of each other. Tiny progress that no one noticed but him. Confidence grew quietly. One decision led to another. One uncomfortable choice unlocked another door. He chose discomfort over excuses. And slowly, life responded. The first real money didn't feel like luxury. It felt like oxygen, bills paid on time, food without counting dollars, sleep without anxiety. For the first time, his mind had space to think bigger. Then came growth. Income increased, skills sharpened. People began to listen when he spoke. His presence changed. He walked differently, spoke with clarity, thought with intention. Success doesn't just change your lifestyle. It rewires your identity. Cars became nicer, homes became larger, clothes became cleaner. But the real upgrade was internal. Confidence replaced doubt. Focus replaced distraction. Discipline replaced chaos. Power replaced fear. Not power over people, power over choices, power over time, power over his own future. America didn't make him rich by handing him money. It made him rich by demanding growth. Every struggle trained him. Every failure educated him. Every risk strengthened him. Now, when he looks around, the luxury is real. The freedom is real. The success is real. But so is the memory of having nothing. And that memory keeps him sharp. Because wealth without gratitude is fragile. And success without struggle is empty. Here's the truth most people miss. This story is not about America. America is the environment. The transformation is internal. This system rewards speed, courage, and consistency. It punishes hesitation, comfort, and excuses. If you believe you deserve nothing, you will prove it. If you believe you can build something, you will find a way. The country didn't change him. Pressure did. Responsibility did. The refusal to quit did. And this is where the story slows down, because this part matters. Success has a cost. It costs comfort. It costs weekends. It costs relationships with people who won't understand why you refuse to stay average. It costs the old version of you, but it gives something rare in return: freedom. The freedom to choose your mornings. The freedom to control your time. The freedom to say no without fear. That freedom is addictive. If you're watching this and feeling behind, remember this. Everyone starts somewhere. Some start with money. Some start with connections. Some start with nothing but hunger. And hunger, when focused, is dangerous. This is not a promise that it will be easy. It's proof that it is possible. Somewhere right now, someone with less than you is winning, not because they're smarter, not because they're luckier, but because they refused to stop. He had nothing, no safety, no certainty, just belief, effort, and patience. And step by step, risk by risk, failure by failure. America didn't just make him rich, it revealed what he was capable of becoming. If this story moved something inside you, support the channel. And in the comments, write one word that describes where you are right now. Because the next version of your life often begins with honesty, and one day, someone else might hear your story and feel the same thing. This could be me.